What is war? How does it really affect us? And how is it used as a tool for distraction? This is the dead cat strategy. War is defined as an organized armed conflict between nations, states, or organized groups. There are plenty of reasons for war, but not many are valid. Some commonly used justifications for war may include to intervene during a humanitarian crisis such as a genocide, retaliation after a violation of a treaty, acquisition of resources or land, to enforce regime, or to protect national security. However, there is another unspoken reason, a distraction tactic known as the dead cat strategy. But what is the dead cat strategy? The term was created by Australian political strategist Lynton Crosby and later popularized by British politician Boris Johnson. The term is described as a political communication tactic used to divert public attention away from damaging news or scandals by introducing a shocking or controversial topic. Now, what does this have to do with war? Throughout recent American history, we've seen just how the dead cat strategy can affect the course of the battlefield. In November of 2025, the Department of Justice passed the Epstein Files Transparency Act, with millions of documents being released by January 2026. Current U.S. President Donald J. Trump is reportedly named 5,300 times within the documents, with over 38,000 text references to Trump and his properties. Then, on February 28, 2026, we engaged in combat with Iran, targeting both military and political leaders. As geopolitical conflict increased, American news outlets naturally shifted focus from Epstein to war coverage. And though many could excuse it as coincidence, the course of events undeniably follows a pattern similar to that of the dead cat strategy. How does the war affect us, and why are Americans distancing themselves mentally from acknowledging where our government fails? The rise in geopolitical tension has already begun to affect us here in America. Due to the conflict with Iran, the Strait of Hormuz has been shut down, cutting off 20% of the world's oil supply and causing gas prices to spike everywhere. When the cost of fuel and energy goes up, so does everything else. It costs more for suppliers to manufacture and transport goods, leading to inflated prices for the consumer. Additionally, the conflict has cost the U.S. over $29 billion in taxpayer dollars as of May 1, 2026. With prices surging, the working class is forced to pick up more hours and longer shifts, making barely enough to afford basic necessities such as rent.
America has become completely unaffordable, and I don't know why more people are not talking about this.
$77,000 cannot qualify for a $400,000 home.
They are struggling to pay for groceries, for housing, for health care, and increasingly the ability to fill up their gas tanks.
Can't afford to live here anymore.
It has grown increasingly obvious that Americans are struggling, with polls showing that 64% of U.S. citizens find the war unnecessary, and that the nation's greatest concern is rising gas prices. Research suggests that when a person is overworked, that they begin to lose empathy as their brain reallocates towards survival thinking. This is referred to as cognitive load, and it occurs when an individual is stressed and one's brain is overloaded. However, on a societal scale, it is known as an infobesity epidemic, which describes how news cycles and digital information overwhelm a society's shared mental capacity. This leads to widespread attention exhaustion and decision fatigue. Then, what can we do? As citizens, it's our job to stay informed, but as people, it's to take care of ourselves and loved ones. My hope for this project and my wish for the audience is that everyone who sees this will take steps forward to always do their research, hold their politicians accountable, and take regular breaks from media to ensure a healthy and focused mind.